Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here at Mad About Skin, we're passionate about helping you to get the most out of your skincare. So if you haven't already, now's a fantastic time to click that link below, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and you won't miss out on any of our amazing future content. Now, in today's video, we are talking all things exfoliation, but more importantly, how to exfoliate correctly. I see so many people online doing their exfoliation game and thinking, no, there's tweaks, there's things you could do to improve the results you get from your exfoliators and also to minimize any redness, sensitivity and irritation. And that's what I'm going to be talking you through today. I'll also be sharing with you some of my holy grail exfoliator finds, things I've been trying out recently which just work beautifully well for my skin. As always on this channel, they're all cruelty free, so you know that we are animal testing free, but also they just work really well. And I'm going to be talking you through the different options by skin type. But I'm going to be talking you through the steps you need to take to make sure that your exfoliation game is on point and that you are getting the best results with minimum sensitivity to your skin. First off has to be match your product to your skin type. I know we kind of say this with every step in your skincare routine. You need to listen to what your skin needs and then match your product accordingly. However, I think this is no more relevant than when we talk about exfoliators. If you use the wrong exfoliating acid for your skin type, the results can be disastrous. You also won't be getting the great outcomes that you want, but you can get redness, peeling, sensitivity, all the nasty things you just don't want from your routine. Yeah, if you pair the right exfoliating acid with your skin type, you have gorgeous, glowing, dewy and luminous skin. I did a whole video on getting your glow game on, which I'll link up there if you do want to check that out a bit more, but today we're focusing all on the exfoliation step. Below I've left links, as I do in all of these videos, to my favourite exfoliator per skin type. So I'd recommend, if you know your skin type, checking out then the description box where I've linked the best exfoliator which will then match your skin type. I've given some options for each one so you can shop around and work out which is the best one for you, but it is super important to get your exfoliation right for your skin type to deliver those gorgeous results with minimal side effects. I'd say the second most important thing is to get your frequency right. Over exfoliation is a real thing, and I see so many people doing this. I see people using like the super strength peeling masks like every day when the bottle says to use it once a week. I see people scrubbing every morning when, again, you read on the bottom it says a couple of times a week. First off, read the product label. I know that kind of seems obvious, but I'm as guilty as anyone of just getting a product, being super excited, slathering it on the skin, and then I'm reading that I should be doing something totally different. All of the products in skincare are tested, and that's why the label reflects what they found from that testing. So if it says using it twice a week, use it twice a week. If it says use it weekly, use it weekly. I think, always go less than what they recommend rather than over. So if you have super sensitive skin, you might want to dial it back from the recommendation a little bit, but never exceed what is recommended on the back of the packet. Read the label and don't exceed it. I'd also always recommend that you gradually introduce exfoliators like you would any other product to your skincare routine. If you want to avoid things like purging and the redness and the irritation, go gradually. I did a whole video on purging which covers this in a bit more detail, so I will link that above. But what's super important is making sure that you gradually acclimatize your skin to the new exfoliant in your life. So things like retinol, you would recommend using once a week and then upping it to maybe twice a week and 3 times a week from there. With an exfoliator, I think you can be a little bit more aggressive in terms of your introduction. If you're using a daily exfoliator, so something that's recommended for daily use, I would first use it twice a week, then I'd up it to 4 times a week, and then see if you can tolerate it every single day. Don't be worried if your skin can't tolerate a product every single day that's recommended for daily use. That's fine. Listen to what your skin's saying and then obviously draw it back accordingly to make sure that you're not risking any of that sensitivity. Tip number 3 is to neutralize and balance. I think we totally forget about this when it comes to exfoliation. So you're putting a product on your skin which is a pH lower than what your skin's natural pH is. That's what gives the exfoliation. The acids actually melt away those bonds that are holding the dead skin onto the glowing skin beneath. So the pH needs to be lower than your skin's natural pH. Over time, all exfoliating products self-level, they self-neutralize, and so it brings the skin back to its natural pH state of around 5.5. You can trick the skin and actually increase its pH quicker if you neutralize it or use a product to balance or buffer out that exfoliator. The reasons you might want to do this is because A, you might not want that full strength exfoliator doing its work for too long. So if you've got sensitive skin, putting a product on and then neutralizing it or buffering it after say like a minute can be a really good way of still getting some great results but minimizing the side effects. Also, you might be using products which aren't compatible with an exfoliating acid later in your routine, and so you need to use something to balance the skin out before you then apply that product. A good example of that is peptides. If you apply peptides onto really acidic skin, it denatures them so you don't get the benefits. So before you apply a peptide serum, you might want to use a product to buffer or to neutralize it slightly to bring that skin's pH back up to where it kind of should be, around that 5.5. My go-to at the moment is this by Geek and Gorgeous. This is their liquid hydration. This is a great hydrating serum. It's got panthenol in there as well. So why I love this is if you find your exfoliation to be a little bit irritating, a little bit redness inducing, panthenol is a B vitamin which will calm and take away that sensitivity, redness and irritation like that. It'll also balance, this product will balance your skin back to the pH it should be, which means you can then go on and use your peptides and your other products afterwards. You don't have to neutralize and balance. In fact, you get a better result if you don't. But it is a trick that you can do if you're super sensitive or prone to redness, so you don't want a full strength product on for long, or you want a quick skincare routine that you can incorporate peptides in without risking them being denatured. This is a really good product. You could also use the Sub-Q Mist by Hylamide, which I love. You could use the Mist by Neod, which is fantastic. You can use any toner really, but just make sure that you know the pH of that toner, because you want it to be around the 5.5 to 6 to bring the levels of the skin pH back up. This though, I'll leave a link below. Absolute holy grail and the one that I'm reaching for at the moment. My hack number 4 would be to keep it fragrance free. Now, anyone that's watched this channel before knows I'm not one of these anti-fragrance zealots that's no fragrance in my life ever. It's the devil and I don't want to see it. I actually enjoy fragrance in my skincare. I think it brings a sensorial experience and I don't have sensitive skin, so my skin can tolerate a little bit of fragrance in it. I, however, wouldn't recommend you include a fragranced exfoliator into your routine. The reason for that is exfoliators by their nature are quite aggressive in terms of their mechanism of action. So you don't want to expose skin which is already a little bit sensitized, a little bit red, maybe a little bit irritated, to other ingredients which are going to up the ante on that irritation. So colorants and fragrances are just a firm no. So whatever exfoliant you reach for, make sure it's got no fragrance, artificial fragrance or colorants in there. And I'd also try and look for one with the minimal amounts of fruit extracts and essential oils in there, because again, they could risk increasing and dialing up that sensitivity. Finally, SPF is key. A lot of people will say to me, you should only use your exfoliator in the evening. That is actually a load of old rot. So studies do show that exfoliated skin is more susceptible to sun damage. That's because it's fresher, it's new, it hasn't built up that natural defense and tolerance to the sun's rays. So a lot of people then say you have to use it on an evening where you're not going to be exposing your skin to the rays of the sun. It's actually incorrect, because even though, you know, that gives you a false sense of security. Just because you apply it on the night doesn't mean overnight you wake up in the morning and your skin is fine and good to go. It still will be more sensitive to sunlight. So whenever you use it in your routine, you still need to apply a really good broad spectrum SPF. I did a video on my favorite SPFs, which I'll link up there, so definitely check that out and choose the right one for you and your skin type, but an SPF is key. The reason I tend to use my exfoliators in the morning is because in the evening I use my retinol, and I don't want a retinol and an exfoliator in the same skincare routine because it can trigger sensitivity, redness and irritation, because both are quite aggressive actives. So I tend to do it in the morning and my retinol in the evening. It really doesn't matter whether you use it morning and evening, because you're going to be using your SPF anyway, so that just keeps your skin protected and covered. Your exfoliator always goes straight after your cleanser. So cleanse, you dry the skin off, making sure your skin is dry and ready to receive the product, and then apply your exfoliator there. Just for those of you that might be worried about where to put it in your skincare routine. So there you are, guys. Hopefully I've given you some hints, tips and hacks for getting the most out of your exfoliation game, and make sure you're getting it right for your skin type. But in terms of recommendations, well, I've left links below per skin type because I couldn't possibly mention them all in this video without it being like 30 minutes long. My absolute favourites are enzyme exfoliators. If you want to go for an enzyme exfoliator, you can either use the Banish Pumpkin Enzyme Mask, which is beautiful. Fruit enzymes, freshly made, maximum potency, will just light tingle, but will get rid of all those dead skin cells in an instant. If you want something that's slightly different, you could go for the Wishful Enzyme Scrub. This has a very light physical scrub exfoliant, so be very gentle with it. Apply it to the skin, leave it on for 60 seconds, then rinse it off. Try not to rub too hard because you don't want to create any micro tears, but it is a beautiful product at really getting an enzyme with a light physical exfoliation in at the same time. My personal favourite in terms of the exfoliating acids is this, which I literally found about 3 weeks ago and I have been loving ever since. This is from Botanical Lab. Now, I've stayed away from mentioning this on the channel because I think you can only get it here in the UK. You might be able to buy it internationally, so do check, but you can get this in Superdrug here in the UK, Tesco sell it, or you can buy it online. I love this. This is the Pumpkin and Papaya Enzyme Daily Exfoliator. The reason I absolutely love this is because of the ingredients. So in here, you've got glycolic acid, love that. One of the stronger exfoliating acids. It's got lactic acid, which is hydrating as well as exfoliating. It's got mandelic acid in here and malic acid, both really great extra AHA exfoliators. And it's got those enzymes. So this is like a hybrid enzyme cum acid exfoliator. Just a really, really nice product. In terms of the scent, it's unscented and it doesn't smell chemically, which is great because whilst I don't want fragrance in my exfoliator, I also don't want it to smell like really chemically. This is just a really nice product. It's £4 here in the UK. Bargain basement price, but a really, really effective exfoliator. I am a little bit disappointed they don't put the concentrations of each of the actives on it. That's just like a pet peeve of mine, but I don't think it's necessary on this product because I've used it, it tingles, you get a nice light exfoliation, and because it's such a beautiful blend of acids and enzymes in here, it's just getting a great multifunctional product. If you want something super, super gentle and you are worried about including an acid in your routine, or maybe you've got sensitive skin and you want to keep it super gentle, this is the Geek and Gorgeous Calm Down PHA BHA liquid. 4% PHA, which is the gentlest acid exfoliator, and 1% BHA, which does a really great in-pore clean. I love, love, love this product, and this will honestly give you great, gentle exfoliation, safe enough to use every single day. And I just think it's a great, great product. I love Geek and Gorgeous. They featured in my best skincare brands of 2020, and that is just a great product. I'm going to give an honourable shout out and mention to a firm favourite of mine, which is the Ordinary Lactic Acid 10%. Great for people with dry skin because lactic acid will hydrate as well as exfoliate. And of course, no list would be complete without the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting BHA 2% liquid. Holy grail for anyone with oily or acne prone skin. Eats away at those blackheads, goes into your pores and flushes out all the dirt and the debris to give you gorgeous, even skin. I love that product. Before I close, I will mention one other, which I've saved the best till last because this is a recent discovery as well. I saved the best till last. It's equal with my enzyme exfoliator from Botanical Lab. These two have been absolutely gorgeous product discoveries for me recently. And that's from Peter Thomas Roth. And that's their 10% glycolic acid moisturizer. The reason I love this is it's a moisturizer, so you would actually, unlike the rest of them where I recommend you use it straight after your cleanser, you actually use this as your last step because it's your moisturizer and exfoliator in one. I love this because it's great for the face, for people who have robust skin, not prone to sensitivity and want a maximum exfoliation but without too much dryness because it's hydrating. It's also great for the body as well. If you've got little dry patches or areas of discoloration where maybe you've had an acne mark that's not faded properly, this is a great option for including it on the body, which is why I'm including it in this list. Peter Thomas Roth, great brand, doesn't get enough love on this channel. I will correct that in 2021, but this is a standout product. Guys, I would love to know what your go-to exfoliators are. Leave me a comment below, and hopefully you'll find these hints, tips and hacks, beneficial. Let me know what you've used to step up your exfoliation game, and wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.